The National Council of and for Persons with Disabilities, via special grant from the Australian Government's Australian Aid Programme, opened a prosthetic repairs and manufacturing workshop at the organization's Southern office located on New Dock Road, Vieux on Thursday, 18th August 2016. This initial workshop will make possible the fabrication, fitting, and repair of basic prosthetic limbs, especially targeting the many poor and elderly citizens who are in desperate need of this vital service, but who cannot afford to travel overseas for the higher-end artificial limb products. Merphilus James, president of the National Council of and for Persons with Disabilities, shared with DVD News what the organization embarks on.
The National Council of and for Persons with Disabilities is very pleased to launch our prosthetic rehabilitation and repairs workshop. This is a project that we submitted to the Australian government for funding, and through the Australian Aid Programme, we are very pleased that they've granted us a grant to commence a workshop right here in St. Lucia, which would cater to preparing, constructing artificial limbs, especially artificial legs, for our poor, our marginalized persons who cannot afford this service overseas. The cost of procuring an artificial limb overseas is extremely significant. And it has been noted here by medical professionals that diabetes, hypertension, amputation seem to be affecting the lower income brackets in our society more adversely. And it is very unfortunate that persons who need it most, who are most affected by amputations, cannot afford to get an artificial limb. So the main purpose of this workshop is to make this service accessible to our poor, our marginalized citizens, to allow them some freedom, some mobility, some more dignity in procuring an artificial limb at much reduced prices than if they had to travel overseas.
NCPD prosthetic technician Mickel Nelson is an amputee and user of prosthetic limbs who was specially trained to bring hope to fellow amputees and to demonstrate that disability is not inability, and expressed how honored he was bringing hope to other amputees.
Limb technician by profession. My way of getting to that position, I went and do one by myself, and St. Jude saw the way I did it. So they sent me I want learn, and then I come back to serve St. Lucia to do the best that I can to help people that's not able to do something better. Well, to tell you the truth, it's not the money, but when I see somebody I make a limb for and they walk in, that make me feel great. That's where I get my pay. That's where I consider I get my pay. It's not the money, but to see them walk, or drive, or ride, make me feel great.
The National Council of and for Persons with Disabilities for the southern part of the island can be contacted at telephone number 454-3721. Anisha Fanis, GreatVision News.